Hello, hello. Welcome to the first episode of my Island Talk podcast. You're spending time with me, Evelyn B., your host, and I appreciate you. The focus of my podcast is to be pretty easygoing, covering a wide range of topics, and is always to deliver interesting and uplifting content. My show will feature co-hosts, we'll have guests in the studio, and I'd love for you to like, rate, and subscribe. All right, let's get into today's topic, self-discipline. It is defined as the ability to pursue one's goals or chosen tasks in spite of the temptations to abandon them. Having command of yourself or self-control. Now, in my opinion, this is a huge component of being successful, and that is being successful at anything. Starting a business, getting in shape, saving money, even working on your car. Pretty much anything that takes hard work and would yield you a positive result will require discipline. Add to that being able to accomplish something within a specific time frame, like earning a degree or meeting a deadline, being in control of yourself and wary of your time and how it's spent is a vital part of achieving that goal. A lot of times this means that we have to make sacrifices, continuously choosing to pursue our goal rather than shopping or hanging out or partying with friends. Sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes we just have to choose to be productive and just not sit around and do nothing. That is to say, turning downtime into uptime. Now, this is definitely an art. Because, let me tell you, with self-control and discipline, we have to be mindful that we are also taking care of ourselves, mentally, emotionally, and physically. It's a dance, a delicate tango, and I think in order to do that, we have to be able to balance. Finding that balance between staying committed and dedicated to whatever it may be, and not working ourselves to exhaustion. Multitasking is definitely something that I'm familiar with. One of the simplest things that I do is listening to audiobooks. Reading has always been a joy of mine since I was young, and as I've gotten older, my love of reading has evolved and grown with me. From the hundreds of paperback books I've owned, the titles I've borrowed from countless libraries, to the several versions of the Nooks I've had, to the Kindle, and now my audiobooks. I currently have over 250 titles in my audio library alone. I say this to say that I try to rarely find myself idle. For the most part, I try to stay being productive in some way. On my drive into work, I'm listening to a book. On my way to the store, I'll pull up an audiobook in a heartbeat. I remember one time my kids and I were on a long road trip, and my audiobook that I was listening to previously connected to the Bluetooth, and it came through the speakers. I was about to turn it off, but they immediately were like, "Mommy, what is this?" The author was reading with an Indian accent and doing the voices, and there were sound effects. I mean, the whole nine. They liked it so much that we listened to that book the whole way. Yeah, I believe multitasking is a great way to stay productive. And in instances where you're not able to do this, where focus is required, then complete and utter attention should be given to that task. I think being cognizant of the usage of your time is a great way to practice controlling self, challenging yourself to contribute to your own success at every opportunity. Now, I can only share what I've experienced or have done research on, and in no way should this or any ideas, thoughts, or discussions expressed on my show be taken as absolute and final. I believe there's room for discussion on everything, and ultimately, we don't have to agree, but the goal is to get the conversation started, to stir things up, Stir those thoughts that lie just beneath the surface and consider the alternatives. The best way to make a good decision is to gather all the information and choose wisely. Remain vigilant in why your chosen goal was important to you in the first place. Write down your desired result. Visualize it. Have a plan. Have constant reminders of why this is important to you. Practice small acts of self-discipline until it starts to become second nature. It gets easier. And it'll be worth it. Anything worthwhile takes time and presents challenges. Believe it or not, it means more that way. Do you agree? Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Join me next time for our next topic. And until then, be the you can be proud of.